Have you ever wondered why, even after freedom was declared, many enslaved people remained unaware for so long? The journey to true liberation was not a single event, but a complex process that unfolded differently across the United States. It highlights how the reach of law and the reality of life often diverge, especially during times of war. The Union Army reached Galveston, Texas, on June 19, 1865, to announce and enforce the end of slavery because Texas was the most remote Confederate state, and the effective reach of the Emancipation Proclamation depended entirely on the physical presence of Union troops. This date, now celebrated as Juneteenth, marks the day when federal authority finally solidified in the last holdout of the former Confederacy, bringing freedom to the enslaved people there. This significant delay stemmed from several critical factors. The Emancipation Proclamation, issued on January 1, 1863, legally declared enslaved people in Confederate states free, but it was essentially a wartime measure that could only be enforced where the Union Army had control. For over 2 years after its issuance, Texas remained largely untouched by major Union military campaigns, making it a refuge for slaveholders from other states who moved enslaved people there to avoid their liberation. The sheer geographical distance and poor communication infrastructure of the time also played a major role, making it difficult for news of emancipation to travel quickly or reliably. Furthermore, local Confederate authorities actively suppressed information about the war's progress and the Emancipation Proclamation to maintain their labor force. Understanding this delayed arrival helps us grasp the profound difference between a legal declaration and its actual implementation. It underscores the vital role of military enforcement in securing the freedom promised by President Abraham Lincoln's proclamation. For the enslaved people in Texas, this moment represented not just a change in legal status, but a tangible, enforced liberation from bondage, finally bringing hope and the possibility of a new life. General Gordon Granger, leading the United States Army occupation troops, arrived in Galveston and issued General Order No. 3. This order explicitly declared that all enslaved persons were free, nullifying local practices and state laws that had prolonged their servitude. This direct intervention marked the practical end of slavery in the Confederacy, 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was issued, and more than 2 months after General Robert E. Lee's surrender at Appomattox. This powerful decree emphasized absolute equality of personal rights and property rights between former masters and newly freed people, initiating a new, if challenging, era. The arrival of the Union Army in Galveston on June 19, 1865, therefore serves as a potent reminder of the uneven and often violent path to freedom. It emphasizes that the struggle for civil rights often requires persistent action beyond initial pronouncements. For many, Juneteenth represents the true realization of emancipation, highlighting the courage of those who endured and the long fight for justice that continued long after the Civil War ended.